Hi, Lindee Goodall here. People are always asking me, what does your sewing room look like? Well, in a word, a mess. But what I've done here is I've set up my sewing space, and we're actually filming in my dining room, so you don't need a big space for your sewing room or your sewing space. I've set it up like I have my actual sewing area set up. So I have this nice light, and it shows me my thread colors in true color because I do have fluorescent lights in there, and especially embroidery colors can look really weird, and you want to have a true color for like a sunlight kind of light to match your thread colors. Now, my eyes aren't what they used to be, so this particular light has a magnifying glass on it that I can line up, and I also have this geeky looking thing that I can line up when I'm sewing and see the stitches, and that'll fit right over your glasses too. Now, my sewing table has a little drop shelf, so this machine is now level with the top of my table, and it's lowered, so it makes a nice height for sewing. And I do have this acrylic mini extension table set in here because this table is just an inexpensive one. You can get really nice ones, really nice cabinets that are custom cut. And what this custom cut acrylic thing does is it fills in that space. So I have this nice big flat area for sewing. So other things that I have sitting around here, I have this little handy thing. It's not very expensive. It's got a little bag for putting my thread snips in and a holder for a water bottle or wine bottle or whatever it is you drink at your machine. But if you're doing long stints of sewing, you need to stay hydrated. So water's the best thing. I do have this wooden TV tray here that I've repurposed. This is just an old mangled thing that I've covered with a bit of wool and then some canvas, and it's just been stapled on here. So I can iron on it. I have a little cutting mat. I can do my cutting, and everything is right handy. Now over here to the side, I have some organizer drawers, and these once again are just inexpensive things from the art supply store, the craft store, and I can just pull these out and have my project all in there, and it stores all of my things quite handy. Larger trash can here on the floor. So I have a comfortable chair. It's adjustable in height. You want to be sitting right behind your needle when you're sewing. And you can get all of these things, or most of them anyway, from your favorite dealer. So as you get more into sewing, think about adding these accessories on because they can make your life so much more comfortable, your sewing much more fun, and when you have a space that's set up for sewing, you'll just sew more. Now, this is my dining room, so if I did have, I don't know, a big dinner, I could take these off because these just attach on. I could throw a tablecloth over this. It could become an extra buffet table. So, think about how you might want to set things up. Even when I lived in a dorm room in college, I had a sewing table, and my sewing machine was always up. You don't need a big space. You just need a dedicated space, and you'll sew more. So I hope this has been helpful.